Hi everyone, back again to talk to you today about estate agents. Now, we have mentioned in a previous video that estate agents are a key member of your wealth team. They have all the properties, but I'm going to share with you the pros and cons about estate agents. And for those of you who are estate agents, please correct me if I say anything wrong. But disclaimer, this is based on my experience with estate agents, my experiences with estate agents, not anybody else's. I can't speak for anybody else. I can't speak for all estate agents. I can just speak from my perspective of working with estate agents. Okay. So, generally, estate agents are really helpful. So once you go out to an estate agent, you tell them that you're looking for properties. You tell that they'll ask you what your budget is. They'll ask you whether you're buying cash, whether you're using mortgage. They'll take down all the basic information, and then they will start sending properties out that you can go and look at. Now, once you start to develop a relationship with an estate agent, what I would say to you is to try and develop that relationship as quickly as possible. The way you're going to do that is by being present. So actually visiting estate agents regularly. Go there once a week if you can. Go there if you know once your face is known and they know you by face and by name. Maybe you can like take a tin of biscuits or something like that, or a tin of chocolates. It's an office environment. People go mad for biscuits and chocolates and things like that. That again, that's in my experience, not only of estate agents, but just working office jobs in the past in general. People go crazy for that stuff. But do things that's going to make you likable. Do things that's going to make you memorable, so that when deals do come in, they think of you first. That is why estate agents are so key, because if they think of you first, you are now getting first refusal at properties. The thing with estate agents as well, why it's so important to be consistent, is because there's so many people who are not consistent with them, who lie to them, who waste their time essentially, that they're skeptical about everyone. And if you imagine like a relationship, yeah, you're looking, you know, when you're in the beginning of a relationship and you're getting to know someone, you're getting to know whether they're the right fit for you. You're getting to know, do they have a criminal history? Are they violent? Have they got financial difficulties that could impact on me? Are they, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that might be going through your head. Those are just examples, by the way. Um, don't cuss me. But there's a lot of questions that you're thinking about, and you have to do sort of your investigation before you commit to a relationship with this person. And ultimately, it's a similar situation, obviously on a completely different wavelength, but they're trying to see, is this investor genuine? Is this person genuine? Or are they wasting my time? Am I going to spend this day taking them to 7 properties and then never hear from them again? And ultimately, that's what they want to know. They want to know, what is it that you want? Okay. So it's really important to be consistent, be real, don't lie. If you're not in a position to buy a property that's worth £200,000, don't tell them that, because they're going to start showing you those properties. And then when you make your ridiculous offer, it's going to wind them up. They're there to do a job. They're there to sell houses. And yes, they're there to sell houses as high as they possibly can. But they also have access to properties that aren't on the market. They do. They have the properties that they have access to in terms of before it gets on the market. The reason why it's not on the market is usually because they haven't signed a contract with the homeowner to actually put it on the market. So don't disregard them. Don't underestimate how powerful it is to develop relationships with estate agents. Now, on the negative side, um, they can lie. Yeah, they're human beings at the end of the day, and they've got a job to do. And because they've been messed about, they may say things that, will create urgency, create scarcity. So a good example of that is if you've called to speak about a property, to speak to them about a property, they may say, oh, we've had 5 offers on this property already, all above the asking price. So if this is something that you're serious about and you want to make an offer, then that's okay. But I'm just letting you know. You don't actually know that. Obviously, they're not going to tell you whether that is the case or not. But again, if it's a property that's been on the market for a long time and they're trying to get rid of it, there it's about creating that urgency. They may also lie about the homeowner being in a chain, and this this is a bugbearer for me. So if you for me, if a homeowner's in a chain, that's fine as long as I'm aware. But if it's something that I think I can move on really quickly and it's not the case at all, that kind of annoys me a bit, because I have plans, and if you're putting a spanner in the works in my plans, I don't appreciate that. So that's another example. So they can mislead you, and there's not an awful lot that you can do about that. The other thing is as well is they can, so for example, if you've made an offer on a property and it's been accepted, the general rule of thumb is that that house is then taken off the market and you proceed with getting your mortgage to go and buy that property. But it has been known, again, this is my experience, it has been known that the estate agent will then come back and say, oh, somebody's made a higher offer, do you want to increase your offer? It's also been known that for example, after a conversation, I've made an offer and I've been given the impression that, the vendor will accept that offer, but I need to obviously go back and check with him. And then they've come back and said, well, no, what he wants now is 10 grand more. So there's a lot of pros and cons to estate agents, and there's reasons why. From their point of view, I can put myself in their shoes. They've got a job to do. They need to make sure that they're shifting properties, and they also need to make sure that they're playing with genuine people who are ready to buy. But I don't want those negative points to overshadow all the positives. If you are professional, polite, consistent, and authentic with estate agents, you will create relationships with them and you will grow through having them on your team. So I just wanted you to consider those points that I've mentioned. I'm not going to set a challenge for this. I just know that it is an obstacle that some people have talked about in terms of them being involved in transactions and things like that. Especially, when it comes to things that are not, they're not things like lease options and rent to rent, for example. I try not to be specific because I want to speak to you about that in another video. But I'm going to leave that there for now. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll be back tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Bye.